Have you ever noticed that certain situations in your life just keep repeating, like you're stuck in some kind of a cycle? That's because you are. And we all go through cycles. This is normal. This is how we learn, grow, expand, but sometimes we get stuck in them for too long. So this video is going to be about cycles, how to understand which cycle you're in right now and how to break it. So watch this video till the end, because in the end of the video, I'll share with you practical exercises to break the cycle. Hi, my name is Alina. I'm a mindset coach and hypnotherapist. And this channel, Soul Space, is all about happy and purposeful living. And first of all, let's talk about what cycle actually is. Cycles are repetitive emotional patterns that we keep following, and they shape the way we experience life. Most of the cycles are very beautiful. They expand us, they teach us, we go through them, we learn, we expand, and it's amazing. They shape us, they help us grow. But in some cycles, we get stuck for too long. And at some point, it's already unbearable. It's uncomfortable. You want to get out of the cycle, but sometimes you're not even aware that you're in it. And the reason you're not aware is because most cycles are unconscious. It's not like you consciously choose to follow them. We get stuck in the patterns unconsciously. So it requires awareness to actually understand that you are stuck. And now we know that patterns are actually good for us. They help us grow, expand. They teach us something. But at the same time, we don't want to get stuck in them for too long. We want to go through the cycle, learn something, and exit it so we can actually spiral and evolve instead of going in circles. So now let's talk about 3 very common cycles, and you will probably recognize yourself in one of them or maybe all of them, and it's normal. Yeah, I want to tell you that it's normal to be stuck in the cycle, but it's great to be aware of it and to break it. So the first cycle is my personal favorite. It's called stop. It's when you get an idea, you get very excited, you're so inspired, you start a project and you go on, but at some point you feel self-doubt, you feel fear, you feel that you're not sure if you can succeed with it, you're not sure that this is the right thing to do, you start doubting yourself, you start doubting the idea and the concept itself, and you drop it, you abandon the project, you stop doing it, and you wait for new inspiration. Yeah, and then you either continue this project, but it's not the same anymore, or you choose a new project. And this is not a very nice cycle to be in, because you never really can accomplish anything. You can never really see success and great results because you're not consistent. If you want to keep going, you need discipline, not just motivation, not just inspiration, but discipline. This is a very common cycle for creative and visionary people, because they easily get lightened up. They're like, wow, such an amazing idea. But then they also easily get frustrated or abandon their ideas. And it's very hard to scale business. It's very hard to create massive projects when you drop your ideas just like this and you're not consistent with them. So if you recognize yourself stuck in this cycle, congratulations. This is the first step. Awareness is the first step. And now you can break it because at least you're aware of it. Second cycle is about relationship, and it's toxic relationship cycle. I've been in one, you've probably been in one, so let's talk about it. So the first step is you get really attracted to a person, you fall in love, and you idealize the partner, so perfect, and you're so excited. Then a conflict happens, so you get emotionally disconnected, and then you either resolve it, but in a way that you just kind of close your eyes on it and you keep going, or you break up. You don't really process it. You don't really have a proper conversation about it. You don't change your behavior. The partner doesn't change his behavior or her behavior. So you just keep repeating the same pattern. And if you don't resolve one conflict in one relationship, you take it to the next relationship. Yeah, you take your patterns with you. So sometimes you think that just to break up is a solution. The same pattern will meet you in the next relationship. However, sometimes the best choice is to break up. Now, the third pattern is my client's favorite. So it's called burnout and hustle. Very, very popular, very common right now. So it starts with working hard. We usually work hard, not because we are so inspired, but often we work hard because we want to prove something to ourselves. We want to feel worthy. We want to feel valued. We feel like the more we work, the more loved we are. It really depends on your personal trauma. So it's very individual. Yeah, so we work hard, we prove ourselves, and then we get tired, exhausted, and almost burnt out. So we take a little rest. We feel very guilty for this. We can't really properly rest because we keep overthinking. So we don't get the proper rest. And out of this guilt, we start hustling again. Yeah, and the cycle goes on and on and on, of course. At some point, we are so burnt out that we can't function anymore. So we stay in bed for days. We get sick. Sometimes we get really, really sick. It's a sign that you are in this pattern. You are in this loop. You might recognize yourself right now. So if it's the case, good news, now you're aware of it. So now it's your choice whether you want to continue to be in this cycle or you want to exit it. The interesting thing is that you're not that productive even in this cycle, you know. You're the most productive when you're well rested, when you feel inspired and you feel that your cup is full. When you keep working out of guilt and shame, you're not creating what you actually can create. You are much more capable, but only when you rest properly. And you create out of inspiration, alignment, love. So these are not all the cycles that exist. There are way more. So if you want to learn which cycle you are personally in right now, you can book a free diagnostic call with me, link in the description. Only 5 free discovery calls per month are available, so grab your spot. Now let's talk about why we actually get stuck in these cycles. The reason is our subconscious programming, our subconscious beliefs that were formed long ago. So all the emotional wounds, traumas, lack of self-worth, fear of success or failure, and other subconscious patterns. And I've created a test that can actually help you understand your subconscious patterns, your subconscious beliefs that keep you stuck. So you can take a quiz, link also in the description. It's a very quick 2-minute test, but it's very accurate. There are 4 types of, let's say, mind blocks that exist out there. Again, there are way more, but these are very common blocks. So they will help you to understand your subconscious mind better. Now, once we know why we get stuck in the cycles, let's talk about how to actually break it. How to break the cycle, how to stop following the pattern. And the first step is awareness. Awareness is when you understand what you are going through, when you can actually be in the position of an observer of your own life. Awareness is a foundation for your self-development, for personal growth, for everything. If you're not aware of your actions, behaviors, emotions, your patterns, it's so much harder to actually resolve them, change them, and improve your life. So you need to build self-awareness. You build them with the practices like meditation, mindful walking, journaling. There are many, many practices that you can use to build that self-awareness. So I really recommend to start meditation. It's one of my favorite tools. I have a lot of meditations on this channel, so feel free to use them, feel free to experience them. And the most important is to create a consistent practice, because we learn only when we are consistent. Now, the second step, you need to interrupt the pattern. You need to do something radically different from what you usually do. Example. If you tend to avoid uncomfortable conversations in a relationship, for example, a conflict happens, and instead of having a mature conversation about it, you just withdraw. Yeah, you just disconnect. Yeah, you don't talk about it, you don't process it. You just place this emotion somewhere, capsule them in your body. You don't talk about it because it's really uncomfortable. So the only way to break this pattern is to do the uncomfortable thing, to talk about it with your partner. But first, to be honest with yourself, process it yourself, process your emotion, talk about it, and see where it leads. Yeah. Interrupting the pattern is the most useful thing you can do. If you want to do the real deep subconscious mind work, because this is the best thing you can do to break the cycle, to release the pattern, I recommend subconscious mind work with me. I do hypnosis session, breakthrough coaching sessions. So we really dive deep into your subconscious mind and release the root of this cycle. Start behaving differently, naturally. Once you change the belief, the behavior will change as well. And it will happen naturally. You will not have to force it. You will just naturally want to do different things. new things, new behavior that would support your growth. Whatever tool you choose, whatever tool feels good for you, please use it. Yeah, I have hypnosis sessions, meditation sessions, coaching sessions. You can check the link in the description again and book your session with me if you're interested to dive deeper into that. As it's very individual, very personalized, it's really hard to give a general advice, but this is more or less general script that you need to follow. First, become aware of the pattern. Second, interrupt the pattern. Third, change your limiting beliefs, change your belief system. And this belief system will help you grow, expand, and keep behaving differently. Keep choosing different behavior, different emotion, different patterns. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to comment below, subscribe to my channel, like the video. It really helps me grow, and I appreciate if you do that. If you want me to talk about something different in the next video, something particular, please comment below as well. I will create a video based on your suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. Much love, Alina.